Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is an update on UK immigration services and all the updates for visa applicants and temporary residents in the UK. New coronavirus testing quarantine rule. Anyone arriving in England needs to either quarantine in a place they're staying for 10 days or quarantine in a government approved hotel for 10 days. What you need to do depends on where you have been in the 10 days before you arrive in England. You must also get 2 coronavirus tests after arriving in England. You will need to book this before you travel. When applying for a visa, there are changes to UK border because of coronavirus. You should consider guidance on entering the UK and any current travel bans before applying for a visa. You need to also check the travel advice issued by your carrier and check what you need to do before you leave the UK. Applications for visas for work, study, or residence in the UK continue to be processed from all locations. If you're applying for visitors visa, visa in transit, or direct SI transit visa, your application decision may be delayed if you are applying from a country where travel to the UK is suspended. You will receive your visa when suspension of travel is lifted if your application is successful. If you travel to the UK, it's suspended, but you need to travel urgently for compassionate reasons, you still need to apply for a visa in the usual way, including submitting biometrics at a choosing visa application center. You should clearly explain the compelling or compassionate reason for your visit in an application form and alert the visa application center staff before biometric submission. You'll be contacted by UKVI once your application has been received. If you do not hear from the UKVI or your request is exceptionally urgent, you can contact the Coronavirus Immigration Help Center by emailing cih@homeoffice.gov.uk. Your email must be in English. You will need to use the heading Coronavirus Urgent Visa Visit Travel Request in your email. Provide your name, date of birth, visa application, DWF reference number. Provide details of your circumstance. Visa application centers have resumed and will continue where local restrictions allow. Priority and super priority services are only available in some locations. If available, you'll be able to purchase the services when booking your appointment. For more information, including opening times, do check with TLS for Europe, Africa, and parts of the Middle East, and VFS Global for all other countries. If you are in the UK, you are expected to take reasonable steps to leave or apply to regularize your stay in the UK. You are allowed to access visa and immigration services, considered essential public services, and to operate safely under the local national restrictions. If you intend to leave but have not been able to do so and have a visa that expires by 30th June 2021, you may request additional time to stay, known as exceptional assurance. You must do this by emailing CIH Assurance Team at homeoffice.gov.uk with your full name, date of birth, nationality, GWF reference number, type of visa, expiry date of visa, reason for request, evidence of flight, or evidence showing reason you can't leave. Your subject should be request for assurance, and you should attach evidence to show why you cannot leave. For instance, your flight that was cancelled or positive result of coronavirus test. During your time of stay, conditions of the visa remain the same before they expired. If granted exceptional assurance, you would not have any problems in your future visa applications. It serves as a short-term protection against any adverse action or consequences after your leave has expired. And your conditions of a visa remain the same even after it expires. If you have given assurance but your circumstances have changed, you're not able to leave, you need to reapply again to get a new assurance and submit a new supporting document. If you do intend to stay in the UK, you need to apply for relevant permission to stay where you are eligible and meet the conditions for that visa and pay your application fee. The terms of your current visa will remain the same until it is decided. If you're switching to work or study routes, you may be able to commence work while this application is under consideration. If you have permission to stay or if you have been issued exceptional assurance, you must submit your application before the expiry of your exceptional assurance. If you overstayed your leave and your visa expired between 24th of January 2020 and 31st of August 2020, there will be no future adverse effects on your immigration if you did not make an application to regularize your stay during this period. However, if you have not applied, you need to make arrangements to leave the UK. Visa application centers remain open all over the UK and all over the world. However, restrictions may apply depending on the area where you live. Visa application centers are essential services and will continue to remain open throughout the UK, and you can book and attend your appointments to progress your visa applications. Support and service centers are essential and will remain open also. However, you can make your appointments and the UKVI will invite you to arrange an appointment by email or post. If you have been asked to enroll your biometric at a participating post office branch, you can travel to the nearest branch. Further details will be involved in your biometric enrollment letter. If you're a student or child applicant in the UK and have given your fingerprints before, you may not need to do another fingerprint or biometric submission, as UKVI can reuse the fingerprints you've already given. You'll be emailed instructions on how to send them and your image of your face and supporting documents, or through the IDV app. If you cannot do as above, you need to book an appointment. English language testings can be booked all over UK. If you have a student visa, a work visa, you can actually wait for your decision or start your studies before your visa comes out. If you have a sponsor, have been given a CAS, have submitted your application before your current visa expired and show your sponsor evidence of this, your course starts in the same as the one listed on your CAS, and you have a valid academic technology approval scheme certificate if required. If it is rejected, you have to stop the studies. Same goes with your work visas, skilled work visas, healthcare worker visa, inter-company transfer visas, T2 worker visas, T5 temporary worker visas. You can start work if you have been assigned a certificate of sponsorship. You are applying under the health and care visa. It was assigned before 1st January 2021. You submitted your application before your current visa expires and you show your sponsor evidence of this. The job you start is the same as the one listed on your COS. If your application is eventually rejected or invalid, you have to stop, or if your sponsor stops sponsoring you, you must stop working for them. You should either leave the UK or seek to regularize your immigration status if this happens. If your COS was assigned from 1st January 2021 and you're not applying under the health and care visa, you must wait until your visa application has been granted before starting work, unless your current visa allows you to work in that job. If you're working for the NHS and your visa expires between 1st of April 2021 and 30th September 2021, you may be eligible for free visa extension. If you're eligible, your dependents will also get extended visa for a year. You do not have to pay the IHS. If your visa is due to expire after 30th of September 2021 or you're a changing employer, you cannot extend your visa for free. Now, for those who had an extension last year, definitely this also should apply to you. If you're working at a different NHS site than your usual place of work because of coronavirus, you can work at the NHS hospital during the coronavirus outbreak if a sponsor can maintain their sponsorship duties. Sponsors will need to notify the UKVI of the change in your place of work. If you do different extra work due to coronavirus, you can carry out supplementary work in any role at your skill level during the coronavirus outbreak. There is no restriction on the number of hours you can work. Changes to your current restrictions on the number of hours you can work. There is no longer a limit on the number of hours you can work or volunteer each week if you are a student, a volunteer, skilled worker, healthcare worker, intercompany transfer or tier 2 worker visa, and your NHS job is a second job. Visiting academic researcher, holder of short-term visa, and are permitted to volunteer. If you are a registered nurse in the UK, deadline for you to sit for your OSCE has been extended to 30th of September 2021. If you did not pass on the first attempt, you have until 31st December 2021 to pass the exam. Applying for a visa if your visa application center is closed. You can apply for a visa from any UK VAC. You should apply for all other visas from the country where you're living in. If your VAC is closed due to coronavirus restriction, you can apply online. Select a VAC in another country worldwide to submit your application and biometrics. You need to make sure you're permitted to travel to that country beforehand. You'll be able to make any type of visa application. You must select the country where you would like to submit a biometric at the start of the application. This course session has been extended to 30th June 2021. If you already submitted your application through Access UK and now intend to submit a new application at a different VAC from the one selected in the application, you need to make a new application and select the VAC where you submit your application. You will need to pay the fee associated with the new application and request a of your earlier application. If you're 19 days VIGNet to work, study, or join your family has expired, you will need to apply for a new Vignet, and it will cost you £154 to replace it. To replace an expired 90-day Vignet, and you will need to make an appointment to resubmit your biometric information. You're strongly advised to apply for your new visa or replace an expired Vignet when you are confident you can travel. The new Vignets will be valid for a period of 90 days. If you cannot travel during this period, you may need to apply again to update your Vignet. If you've submitted an application for a replacement Vignet and are still waiting a decision, but now no longer wish to travel, you should submit a withdrawal request in the visa application center that's applied from in order for your passport to be released back to you. When you arrive in the UK, you will not be penalized for being unable to collect a biometric resident permit while coronavirus measures are in place. If you're outside of the UK and your leave expired before and you're able to return, if you remain outside of the UK over 2 years due to coronavirus travel restrictions, your indefinite leave has elapsed 2020 and you have been unable to return to the UK due to the travel restriction in place, you may apply under returning resident visa route to return to the UK and get indefinite leave. You need to complete the online returning resident application form and pay the fee. As part of the application, you need to explain how coronavirus restriction prevented your return to the UK. You'll receive a refund of the application fee, and via application, a refund of £55 if you submitted the application at a mandatory user pay visa application center. Confirmation of your refund will be sent to you by email once a decision has been made on your application. If you haven't issued a returning resident visa, if you have already obtained it because your ILR lapsed on or after 24th January 2020 and you are unable to return to the UK due to travel restrictions in place relating to coronavirus, you may be able to get a refund for your visa fee. You need to email the COVID immigration helpline at ih@homeoffice.gov.uk. Use the subject heading returning resident refund request followed by GWF number you received when you submitted the application. Your email must be in English. You must provide your name, date of birth, unique home office reference numbers, including your payment reference for visa fee. And that's all for me for the updates that you need to know already. Changes on English language remain the same, and documents and your income remains the same. If you want to cancel your visa, you can cancel your visa by contacting the General Immigration Helpline. If you do have any questions, do ask me. I'll do my best to answer. Thank you for watching. Bye for now. 갑자기 내게 나타나준 너, 난 아무 말도 할 수가 없었지. 첫눈에 반한다는 이야기가 널 보는 순간 이해가 됐어. 매번